There is one invisible shift that changes everything. Not chasing, not forcing, not convincing, just becoming. And the moment you master this, the right person doesn't find you. They feel you. There is a powerful truth that most people spend their entire lives ignoring. They search outside, they chase validation, they try to become what others want, thinking this will attract love. But the deeper reality is this. Connection is not created through effort. It is created through alignment. The energy you carry within you is constantly speaking, even when you say nothing. It is broadcasting your beliefs, your self-image, your expectations, and the person meant for you is not responding to your words, they are responding to your energy. This is why no amount of pretending can create a real bond, because energy cannot be faked. It can only be embodied. And when you finally understand this, you stop trying to be chosen, and you start becoming someone who naturally attracts. The one thing you must do is simple, but not easy. You must live as if the love you desire is already yours, not in imagination alone, but in your state of being. You must feel it, carry it, embody it in your daily life. This is not about acting or pretending. It is about shifting your internal world so deeply that it becomes your truth. When you wake up, you don't feel empty, you feel fulfilled. When you walk, you don't feel alone, you feel connected. When you speak, you don't speak from need, you speak from completeness. And this shift changes everything, because now you are no longer searching for someone to fill a void. You are radiating a frequency that draws the right person toward you effortlessly. Most people get this wrong because they operate from lack. They think about love, but they feel loneliness. They speak about connection, but they carry doubt. And this contradiction creates resistance. It blocks the very thing they are trying to attract. But when you align your inner state with the reality you desire, there is no resistance. There is only flow. You become a magnet, not through effort, but through identity. You are no longer hoping for love, you are living in it. And when you live in that state consistently, the world around you begins to reflect it. People start responding differently. Opportunities for connection appear naturally. And most importantly, the right person begins to feel your presence, even before you meet. Energy does not require physical contact to connect. It moves beyond distance, beyond logic, beyond explanation. When you are deeply aligned within yourself, your energy becomes clear, powerful, and attractive. It sends a signal that the right person cannot ignore. They may not understand it, they may not be able to explain it, but they will feel drawn. Because on a deeper level, they recognize that energy, it feels familiar, safe, and real. And this is what creates a deep connection, not surface-level attraction, but soul-level resonance. This is what people often call destiny. But in truth, it is alignment. There is also a level of trust required in this process. You must trust that what is meant for you will not miss you. You must release the need to control outcomes, to chase timelines, to force interactions. Because the moment you start forcing, you step out of alignment. You return to a state of lack, of urgency, of doubt, and that weakens your energy. But when you trust, when you remain grounded in your inner state, you stay in power. You allow things to unfold naturally. You give space for the connection to develop in the right way, at the right time. And this patience is not passive, it is powerful. Your self-concept plays a crucial role in this. How you see yourself determines what you attract. If you see yourself as unworthy, you will attract people who reflect that belief. If you see yourself as complete, valuable, and deserving, you will attract someone who meets you at that level. This is not coincidence, it is reflection. The outer world mirrors your inner world. And when you change how you see yourself, you change what you experience. This is why the focus must always be within, because everything you are looking for outside is first created inside. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, moments when you feel like nothing is happening, when you question whether this really works. But those moments are tests of your state. They are opportunities to return to your truth. to remind yourself that your energy is always working, even when you cannot see immediate results. Growth is not always visible. Alignment is not always obvious, but it is always happening. And the more consistent you are, the stronger your energy becomes, the clearer your signal becomes, and eventually the connection you seek begins to materialize. You must also learn to let go of specific expectations, not the desire itself, but the rigid idea of how it should happen or who it should be. Because sometimes what you think you want is limited by your current perspective. But when you focus on the feeling, the essence of what you desire, you open yourself to something even greater. You allow the universe to bring you what truly aligns with you, not just what you imagine. And often, it surpasses your expectations in ways you could not have predicted. The beauty of this approach is that it transforms you regardless of the outcome. You become more centered, more confident, more fulfilled. You stop depending on others for your happiness. You start creating it within yourself. And this independence makes your connection even stronger when it does arrive. Because now it is not based on need, it is based on mutual alignment. Two complete individuals coming together, not to complete each other, but to share their completeness. And when that connection happens, it feels different. There is no confusion, no chasing, no uncertainty. There is clarity, ease, and depth. Conversations flow naturally. Presence feels comforting. And there is a sense of recognition that goes beyond logic. It feels like you have known each other before, even if you haven't. This is the result of energy aligning. This is what happens when two people meet at the same frequency. So focus on the one thing that truly matters, your state of being. Cultivate the feeling of love within yourself. Live as if it is already yours, not for the purpose of getting something, but for the purpose of becoming someone. Because in the end, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And when you become aligned with love, love has no choice but to find you. Stay consistent in this, stay grounded in this, and trust the process, even when it feels uncertain. Because the moment you fully embody this state, the connection you have been seeking will no longer feel distant. It will feel inevitable. Most people believe love is something to chase, something to earn, something to prove themselves worthy of. But the deeper truth is that love responds to who you become, not how hard you pursue it. When you constantly run after connection, you send out a signal of lack, and that energy pushes things away. But when you shift your focus inward and begin to embody the qualities you seek, peace, confidence, emotional stability, you naturally become magnetic. You stop needing attention, and instead, you start attracting it. The energy you carry becomes an invitation rather than a request. People feel that difference instantly. It's no longer about trying to impress someone or gain approval. It's about standing in your own presence so strongly that the right person is drawn in without effort. When you become love within yourself, you stop searching for it outside, and that is when it begins to find you. There is a quiet transformation that happens when you start living as if the connection you desire is already real. You no longer wake up feeling incomplete or waiting for someone to arrive. Instead, you carry a sense of fulfillment within you. Your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions begin to reflect that inner completeness. You smile without a reason. You move with confidence, and you treat yourself with care and respect. This is not imagination, it is embodiment. And when you live in that state consistently, your external reality begins to mirror it. Opportunities for connection begin to appear naturally. Conversations flow more easily, and the right person feels your energy long before anything physical happens. Because you are no longer waiting for love, you are already living in it. And that changes everything about how the world responds to you. Words can be powerful, but energy is undeniable. You can say all the right things, but if your inner state is filled with doubt or insecurity, it will be felt immediately. On the other hand, when your energy is clear, calm, and confident, it speaks louder than anything you could ever say. People pick up on it without realizing. They feel drawn, comfortable, and intrigued, even if they cannot explain why. This is because energy operates on a deeper level than logic. It communicates truth without filters. And when your energy is aligned with love and confidence, it creates a powerful presence that others cannot ignore. The right person doesn't just hear you, they feel you. And that feeling creates a connection that words alone could never achieve. Operating from a place of lack creates a constant sense of urgency and neediness. It makes you feel like something is missing, like you are incomplete without someone else. And this energy often leads to overthinking, overgiving, and losing yourself in the process. But when you shift into a state of completeness, everything changes. You no longer feel the need to chase or prove anything. You feel whole on your own. And from that place, your interactions become more natural and relaxed. You are not trying to gain something, you are simply sharing your presence. This creates a healthy dynamic where connection grows organically. Because love thrives in spaces where there is no pressure, no desperation, only authenticity. When you feel complete within yourself, you attract someone who complements you, not someone you depend on. The way you perceive yourself sets the tone for every relationship in your life. If you see yourself as someone who is not enough, you will unconsciously attract situations that confirm that belief. But if you view yourself as valuable, worthy, and complete, your experiences begin to reflect that. Your self-concept acts like a filter, shaping what you accept and what you attract. When you raise your perception of yourself, you naturally set higher standards. You no longer settle for less, and you no longer tolerate what does not align with your worth. This shift changes the kind of people who enter your life, because you are no longer available for connections that drain you. You become aligned with relationships that uplift, respect, and match your energy. And it all begins with how you see yourself. There is a deep sense of peace that comes when you stop trying to control every outcome. When you trust that what is meant for you will arrive at the right time, you release unnecessary stress and pressure. You stop forcing conversations, chasing responses, or worrying about timing. Instead, you allow things to unfold naturally. This trust keeps you grounded in your energy. It allows you to remain calm and centered, even when things seem uncertain. And that calmness strengthens your presence. Because when you are not desperate for results, you become more attractive. You show that you are secure within yourself, and that security creates space for genuine connection to grow. Trust is not about waiting, it is about knowing that what is yours cannot be taken away. When your inner world is aligned, your outer experiences begin to flow with ease. You don't have to force interactions or question every detail. Things start to feel natural, almost effortless. Conversations happen at the right time. Opportunities appear without struggle, and connections deepen without confusion. This is the power of alignment. It removes resistance and creates harmony between what you feel and what you experience. You are no longer pushing against life, you are moving with it. And in that flow, everything begins to fall into place. The right person enters your life in a way that feels smooth and genuine. There is no chaos, no mixed signals, only clarity and understanding. Because when your energy is right, the connection that comes into your life reflects that same balance and ease.